Hi, hi again. And let me be straight and get to the point. So, there have been a lot of messages that I've got regarding the Christ admission processes and how I qualified it and what were the questions asked to me. Even there was recently a comment that actually provoked me to make a video regarding this. So I thought, why not make a quick video about what happened with me on my Christ interview, my entrance and everything, and how it all went. So, welcome to part third of Not a Vlog, where I'll be discussing how I cracked the Christ University Central Campus's entrance exam. So, as the forms are already out about for this new year, see, the first thing I'll actually mention is be sure to read the form properly, what you're applying for, how you're applying for everything. And the first thing while filling out the form, let me mention it is for sure. Your preference matters a lot. See, for the people, the Bangalore campus for sure is one of the best, like it's the best campus, which I feel, and it offers almost all the courses. So always make sure, especially for law, if you're choosing a campus, then the Bangalore campus should be a priority. Yeah. Except the fact that if you are like a North Indian, you want to stay in North India, like go to Delhi, so it's a different thing. But the place is not your preference. If the place is not your preference, so make sure that you choose Bangalore because the Bangalore Central Campus is the best one out of all. Sorry for being biased, but yes, that is. Okay, so after you fill the form, make sure you fill everything correctly. And also, while you're filling the form, the main factor should be that you choose the most recent date. You're always given two options from choosing when you're going to have an entrance test. Now that for our time, like our batch was the last one, which had an online entrance exam. Now you people have a center-based paper now. So make sure the dates that you're choosing will be always given a date. As far as I remember, we had two dates, 14th of April and the 24th of May, as far as I remember. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong, but something like that. So me being a person always chose the 14th of April because that's the time where you get the most of the seats are vacant. Like there are no admissions, and that's the first stage of process. After the 14th April or the first phase of the exam is done, then the next second phase comes. Almost 50% of the seats are already filled. So you have less chances of getting in, right? So always make sure whenever you fill the form, always choose the first preference, the first date that arrives. Okay, the most recent one. So going further, the whole entrance process happens in two main stages. That is the written exam and the interview. So I'll be honest, the written exam holds less weightage. Please don't think okay, it does not carry any weightage. It carries almost 40% weightage, but it's an interview session that carries the most weightage in total. So make sure your interview goes thasu, like too good. See, sir, I'll be honest about one more fact. I will be honest about one more fact that even though if your entrance exam, written exam does not go really well and your interview are you kick like you do it really well. So it's you have higher chances of qualifying. But on the other hand, if your interview goes really bad and your written exam goes well, you have slightly less chances because your personal interaction is what and your speaking qualities is what the interviews actually see or the selectors actually see. So make sure about that interviews goes really good. And still do focus on your written exams. Now going further, okay, so it I won't be talking about particularly about law, but in total. So your written exam, now that it happens on center based, make sure like you prepare for it. See, I gave almost a month for it after I did not qualify CLAT. I filled my form in Jan, I'll be honest. But I was still a lot of distracted. I gave a proper 1 month for my preparations. So make sure you give a lot like at least a month for your written paper and your interview as well. And okay, so Christ doesn't have a criteria that you need to qualify your written entrance test, then only you can go for interview. No, that does not happen. Anyone who gives the entrance test is allowed to go for an interview because sometimes your written test can't go well, as I mentioned, and your interview goes really good. So they select you on that criteria as well. So they give you both the options, like write the entrance test and also come for the interview. It's not a basis that unless you don't qualify the entrance test, you can't go for the interview. Okay, so for your entrance test, make sure you at least prepare for at least for 2 to 3 weeks, bro. Like 1 month is an average, but if you go for the least factor, prepare for 2 to 3 weeks because the competition has really started growing a lot because Christ has become a really buzzing campus, a really buzzing university for people who want to take admissions in private colleges. And I'll be honest, personally, for law, it's one of the second, I consider it as a second best law college, private law college. I'll be honest. So it depends. Like, there's a lot of competition out there, so make sure you give enough time for it. So this was for the entrance, the written entrance test, which I won't be talking about too much. Just prepare properly for it. Everything recent news, and when it comes to GK and all, prepare for recent news and everything, and it's going to really be really helpful for you. Now, when I come finally to the interview factor, the most important factor of this whole entrance test. So, while you for an interview for our batch, it happened. We had an entrance exam, sorry, an entrance written exam, then the interview, and during the interview, we had a thing. So during our interview time, we had a thing called micro presentation. I'm not sure if they still have it, but I guess they do. But they also have another thing this time. From the last time, they had a self assessment thing. So I'll start it from the starting. So we'll be dividing the interview process to three parts. Three parts: the normal interview, the micro presentation, and the self assessment. So the main interview mainly focuses on like a normal interaction between two people. They'll be asking you about a lot of questions. So make sure the first thing that you do is have a really, really, really good introduction. So introduction matters a lot. Make sure like okay, so many people will think, should I mention my school where I did my study and everything? Yes, do that. I did. You can like make it something a little too witty and try to add everything that's possible to add. Add your own name, add your own education, add everything that you think will be important for this factor. So make sure like where did you study, what did you study, and why did you choose a particular course? Like why did I choose law? I made sure that I mention it in that, and I did not let. Okay, make sure that you never let them have a question. Okay, so make sure that you cover enough things. Make it a 30 to 40 to 45 seconds of introduction. Sometimes you can touch it to 1 minute. It might be good, as at times it depends on the interview's mood. Okay, a lot of things depends on the interviewer's mood. So make sure the introduction covers so many things that you do not leave anything behind, or any like nothing should lag behind it. The question, okay, you did not mention this, how you're gonna do that? Like if you don't mention how you're pursuing a career, they'll be asking like why did you choose this course, and they'll be asking why did you choose this course, why, and why you're choosing law and like Christ and everything. So make sure you have a really good introduction. The main questions that they always ask, I feel, is why are you choosing Christ? And they ask me a question, why Christ should choose you? Like, why? What are you going to provide to Christ? Like, how are you going to be enough for that? So that was a place where I had a little small argument with the interviewer. She was like, "You are still not answering my question." I was like, "Okay, so this is the reason that I am like joining Christ. I can provide things to the Christ, like being a hard worker and everything. So try to prove, okay, son, try to prove that yeah, you're someone worth it." And it depends a lot on their mood as well. So okay, she was a little chill. That's why even though we had an argument, she was really good with it, and that's why I'm sitting in this college today. So yeah, make sure to have like a really good answer for all the questions that just be prepared for a few questions like why Christ, why should Christ choose you, like what you can provide to him. And if you're North Indian and you're applying for the Bangalore campus, it is a mandatory question that most of the time they ask, and it's like if you're living in North India, why do you want to come to Bangalore? Okay, so you have the Delhi campus as your option. For the South Indians, it's the Bangalore campus. For the North Indians, it's the Delhi campus, nearest thing. It's not, it's like a nearest thing, but you're not choosing that option. So always make sure you're really good like answer for this, because you can be honest, like the Bangalore campus is a better campus, or the Bangalore like gives you a lot of opportunities, lot of internship opportunities. So have a really good answer for that. So these are some basic questions they always ask about why the college, why the course, and why like you want to join this. And one more question they ask is, if you're a dropper or double dropper, they can ask a question related to that, like what did you do? Or if you are like pursuing something else, like I was a math student and they asked me like why did you pursue law now, what's the change? But I made sure like I mentioned hints of it in during my introduction. So make sure you do something like that. So this was the basic things about what the main interview has. Now if I don't know if like the micro presentation still happens, but what a micro presentation is, they'll give you a small topic and they'll give you a minute or 30 seconds, depends on the interview how much time they give you, and they give you time to actually prepare on that topic. They gave me a topic called youth and politics, like how like youth and politics in the current era. They actually pick topics that are the most general ones, like the most general topics, the most recent topics, something related to that. So like they gave me this question, this option, and they gave me like what 40 to 45 seconds. I had to think about it and then had to speak. Okay, so they actually like want to hear you to talk. They want to see your conversation skills. So at times they let you speak for 40 minutes, 40 seconds, sorry, 40 seconds to a minute or something like that. And make sure you never ask them either to two things, either to change your topic. Please never try then ask them to change your topic. It's gonna bring a really negative impact on an interview. And the second thing, make sure that you do not stop until they don't stop you. Okay, you 30 seconds is sometimes a really small time to like talk about a topic, or sometimes a lot, depending upon how much you know about it. But make sure you do not stop until unless like they don't stop you. But if you have covered all your topics, you can still like try like I'm done, but make sure you don't do that. At least speak for a minute. If they're not stopping you, at least speak for a minute. Like you have time to talk about something. You can blabber like I do all the time. Okay, so going further is the third part, which is known as a self-assessment. Okay, so this came last year. I did not knew about it. So anyone who asked me questions last year about the interview and everything, I did not mention about the self-assessment. I'm doing it now. So what I was told about the self-assessment is that they give you a topic or two, it depends. And the same thing as a micro presentation, you'll have to like tell about the topic, but instead of talking about it, you'll have to write about it. That you're giving a particular topic, you have to write about the topic. They'll be giving a word limit or something like that. Okay, so this was that happened last year, and they can change the process this year as well. If you like, they will change. They can change the process. Maybe it's mentioned in the entrance form or something, but I don't know. They can change the process, but if they don't, these are the 3 to 4 main things that you should remember during your interview, which are really going to be helpful to you. Okay, so I actually plan to keep it a really small one, a really small video. So like, you people can like don't have to sit a long time watching it. But I guess it got a little longer. But I hope I covered all the important aspects. I quickly did it. I made it a quick one, so like to help you people. But if there any question, you can text me on my LinkedIn, on my Instagram, or even leave a comment down, bro. I'll for sure make sure to reply. And thank you to that one person who commented on my recent video that you need a video of something kind of this. So I just tried like at least I can add something. So this is it. This was for this new video, and I hope this actually helped you a lot. This actually will help you a lot. Let's see what happens. And if you guys need any help, so okay, so I'll be honest, I'm not a really good student or something. I got in this college, it's a lot. But I'll be able to help you as much as I can on this part or any other part. Like I can share my experience and everything, whatever you guys need. So make sure, do well in your interview and entrance exams, and make sure you fill the form before the deadline, and remember all the small points that I mentioned. I hope you guys will do really good, and all the best for that. And before going, do like this video, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and do share this video with anyone you feel needs this. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye bye.